Hello everybody, this is Frony to Bobbin here, and welcome back to Real Racing 3, sort of. And today, we'll be completing the final stage in the Daytona 500. I might not be able to show the entire stage, and I might not be able to show you the ending stuff, but, I'll tell you, I might do a bit, we'll see what happens. I can't say I'm not gonna do it yet. So let's jump in and see what we have for today. Victory in sight. You ready? This is it, Frony Bobbin. I believe in you. Heck, I wouldn't be here if I didn't. Now you believe in your help, in yourself, or what? Yeah, Frony to Bobbin. Say your words better. So we have 6 goals, but the final goal is actually a victory goal, so it should be easy. We're getting close to the end, to what they call the big one. The track's going to get real risky with everyone pulling out all the stops. Pull back to no more than 30th place, but no worse than 35th, to avoid the big one without taking any damage. What? So you want me to give up the lead? Alright, so currently my PR is at 51.2, and because the upgrades are so expensive, what I'm going to do is, if I come across an if I come across a goal that's too hard, I'm just going to skip it, because it'll be the better value. So I won't be buying any upgrades for the rest of this event. I'll just be skipping goals. Alright. Finish no greater than 30th and no worse than 35th place without taking any damage. So, I'm actually starting in 10th, so I just have to come back from 10th and let everyone pass me within 1 lap. So this goal should be a simple one. Here we go for this hopefully simple goal. So basically we just have to drop back from 10th to 30th or less. Or then 30 or more than 35th in 1 lap. So it seems if you get on the brakes on the outside, then the cars will go underneath you and pass you. So go as slow as you can on the outside lane, and then once 30th comes up, make sure you break the draft so you don't fall out any further. So then once you were in thingy, then get into the draft train. And then hold your position for the rest of the lap, and then you should be good. Yeah. I kind of got into the back of that carpenter guy. This goal seemed a little bit silly, because, oh man, I can't speak today. Every word I've said has been messed up. So this goal was a bit of a silly one, because just getting out, and there was no accident. And there was no point in me having not damage either. It's kind of silly, don't you think? Also, it seems to be in the evening. That's not really that realistic, because the entire Daytona 500 is during the day. So since we've had to drop back to 30th, I imagine that the rest of the goals are going to require me to just fly up to the lead with the remaining laps. Alright, goal 1 of 6 complete. So 5 goals to go, or 4 goals left in the race. Looks like we're in the clear, so now move up to at least 30th, and bring either Casey King or Jimmy Johnson with you. Alright, so this one might also be a little bit interesting. 5 laps. Alright. So I'm going to do a cloud save and come back and see what we have to do. Alright, I've had a small break. I've done the cloud save. So what we have to do. Finish so both you and a teammate are at least 20th. Alright. So, let's see. Casey Kane. I don't know about Casey Kane, but so I'm going to take up Jimmy Johnson with me in the number 48. This is interesting. As you can see, I quit the goal, and as you see, apparently nobody finished because there's no times at all. And actually, that was a slight replay glitch. All right, now so here I am with Casey Kane. He decides to go up. I try to go to the inside, but then I remember that I have to take him with me. And then Jimmy Johnson comes from behind me, and now, as this part comes, watch. The field slows up, so me and Casey Kane are trying to do something, but the whole field just slows up. I get sideways, and then everyone on the outside just overtakes us. So, no point in continuing on with the goal. And I actually thought that it was only supposed to be in the top 30th, but then I remember it was the top 20th. So I'm going to give that goal another try. You'd think this goal would be easy, but after that slip-up, I can't imagine. Right, the moment of truth. Did Casey Kane hold his position in the top 20th? Let's see. Failed? What? What happened to Casey Kane? I'll bet he fell back. Hang on, I can skip all this stuff. Where's Casey Kane? Where'd he finish in? 21st? You didn't have the energy to pass Danica Patrick to get 20th? Come on, Casey Kane. Wow. Well, now I have to do this all over again. Come on. So strangely enough, when the green lights hit, the field is already up there. All right. Now, so what you want to do is the best way to stay behind Casey Kane is to go into hood view. That way, because he's gonna swerve around all over the place, so make sure you swerve about with him. And now watch what happens here. So in this portion, the drivers, they just slow up. They slow up because they're silly. And Casey Kane is being smart enough to drive up there. Yeah. It's silly how the field does that. They just slow up when they come to the backstretch. And then after this portion, you should be fine to go into chase view for the rest of the race. So that's pretty much how you can do the goal. You really don't need 5 laps to do this. You could probably do it under 2 laps or even 1 lap if you're as experienced as me. So basically here I just pushed Casey Kane all the way to the finish line. Well, not all the way. So if you saw there, so here's the part. So Denny Hamlin was getting in my way, not giving me room, and then he just decides to come up in front of me, and that's what happens. That's the thing with Daytona. The drivers, they just drive so wobbly. They just cannot drive straight. Because in real life, they all drive straight and stuff. I see Casey Kane here. He's just swerving all over the place. I don't know if he's trying to let me pass, even though I'm supposed to be pushing him. I guess that's to add the extra challenge. Kind of silly, isn't it? I'm sure some of you guys would agree with me. So that was split the middle. Actually, hang on. Yeah, I actually got 3 wide here. So let's actually. So if I pause it at the right time, yep. 3 wide with Austin Dillon on the inside and Casey Kane on the outside. So let's get a photo to remember this effort that I put up to get 3 wide with a teammate and a legend. Well, a legend number anyway. Austin Dillon, not that much of a legend, but obviously the number 3 was previously driven by Dale Earnhardt Sr., and that's when the number 3 was dominant. Ever since Dale Earnhardt Sr. passed away, the number 3, not really that much successful since it's been driven by Austin Dillon, ever since Dale Earnhardt Sr. passed away in the 2001 Daytona 500 after a huge crash. And since he didn't have a neck brace, well, I think a lot of you NASCAR fans will remember the day that Dale Earnhardt Sr. passed away in that accident. Alright, once again I split the middle with the 2 leaders. Matt Kenseth on the outside and Brad Keselowski on the inside. Yeah, Matt Kenseth had a chance to win the Daytona 500 this year, but he got tight coming off of turn number 4 on the final corner, and that cost him. So then it was between whether Denny Hamlin or Martin Truex Jr. would get the win. The moment of truth. Yes, this time I complete it. And all thanks to me getting Joey Logano. I'm not doing Logano. Casey Kane up to, yeah. So this goal was a bit of a challenge. And it didn't really have to be because it was just going from 22nd to 20th. Even though I got the win, which I'm happy about, don't get me wrong. I mean, why should I have to drive with a teammate and finish it in the top 20? Hang on a second. Look, Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Chase Elliott finished in the top 20th by default. Why could they count as teammates? Because both of those are Hendrick drivers. I mean, why? Yeah. Let's see. Wow, the car isn't in need of a service because I got this finished on the thingy. The next goal will definitely take out the servicing of the car, so I'm going to do a cloud save. And then once it runs out of service, I'll put it on a service and do the advertisements. And then when it's finished, I'll come back and do the remaining goals. You know, I'm up at stage 7, and I was expecting to skip some amount of goals at stage number 5 and 6. But coming up to stage number 7, I have not skipped one goal yet. I'll probably have to... No, let's think of the positives. Alright, this one might be interesting. We're running low on everything. Fuel, grip on the tires, you name it. You're going to need to keep in the game, but finish no less than 10th place. But keep an eye on your fuel to catch the draft to minimize use. Wow, so apparently if you get into the draft, it minimizes the use. Alright, so it's a 3-lap race. Recommended keeps going up every time. We have 54.6. I'm 51.2, and I completed that last goal pretty easily, so I think this could be the story with all the remaining goals. I can pray that it will be that way. Recommended PR is 54.6, but I don't think I'll need that much. Alright, so this goal is finish in at least 10th without running out of fuel. Alright, so it's 3 laps, so I assume they're going to give me lots of fuel, because these NASCARs use up a lot of fuel. Unless, of course, you're in the draft. Come on. Focus. There we go. So there's your drivers. So let's jump in and do the stuff. So this here is the section of the video that I basically lost my iPad and because of the silly school, as I mentioned in the other video. So basically what I did is I just took screenshots of the various things that I did for the event, showing what I did. I could have explained and stuff, but all I could do was show screenshots. But I took screenshots and then I did this video, and I didn't do it for quite some time because of the fact that well, busyness, and so I'm sure you can figure out what to do from these screenshots. If you're not quite sure what to do, you can always ask a question in the comment section below, and one day I might probably show stage number 7 in the Daytona 500. I'm not sure if it'll ever happen though, but we'll see what happens in the future because I just have Team Penske to go. And I mean, Stewart-Haas Racing, I don't even know if I'll have a chance to start Team Penske. But basically what I've done here is I've done the, so here's the finishing grid of the Daytona 500. Obviously I failed it because it was too hard, but I just thought I would show the finishing grid. I came 10th in the Daytona 500, 5 positions from where I started because of an incident that I got into, and the front pack just pulled away from me and I could hardly catch up to them, and there I was just left in the back, nothing I could do. So, yeah. So what I've done already is I've done the Hendrick one, and I have done the Joe Gibbs Racing one. I'll do a video on that. Obviously, it's going to be screenshots, and I'll do the same for not Team Penske. Stewart-Haas Racing. The next one I'm going to be doing is Stewart-Haas Racing. I don't even know if I'll have a chance to start Team Penske, but it's okay because I've already got a Team Penske car from the Favorite Auto Parts 400. Even though this new Team Penske car is going to be a totally different car. Yeah, sucks is life. And I really don't see the point of this victory goal where you have to win like a victory lap thing. I just really don't see the point of it because it's too hard anyways. And I know that someone else might have completed this victory lap goal. Man, I could have followed that video, but I didn't really bother because, well, actually I didn't really know. But I did eventually get the Hendrick Chevrolet SS. And obviously I've already gotten the Toyota Camry Joe Gibbs Racing 2016, and the next one I'm going to go for will be the Stewart-Haas Racing one, because I haven't got a Stewart-Haas Racing car yet, but I'm not sure if I'll be able to start Team Penske, but we'll see what happens in the future. But that's all. That's it. Hope you've enjoyed. I know it's just screenshots and stuff, nothing I can do, because I don't have another iPad. nor do I have a screen recorder. If I had a screen recorder, it would be so much easier. But that's it, and I'll see you in the next video. And don't forget about prices up, turns up, guys. Hello everybody, this is Frony to Bobbit here, and welcome to the finishing thingies of the Joe Gibbs Racing in the Daytona 500. Yeah, not much to see in this video, just the finishing positions because reasons. I thought I'd show you it just to show where I came and where everyone else came and the aftermath of the rewards and stuff. That's about all there is to show, so just enjoy the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Hello everybody, this is Frony to Bobbin here, and welcome back to a video that's been properly recorded. Yes guys, I'm finally properly back into the game with a video that has been properly recorded. This is the first one that I made in about a week, ever since the last proper video that I made was the Daytona 500 stage number 7 part 1, which was Hendrick Motorsports. That was 1 week ago, and now I'm back into the game, and we're gonna finish off the Daytona 500, except we'll be doing it in Stewart House Racing, because I've already done the Hendrick one, and I've already done the Joe Gibbs Racing one, so now I'm gonna go for the Stewart House Racing one. So last time we left off on goal number 3. We're running low on everything. Fuel, grip on the tires, you name it. You're going to need to keep in the game, and finish no less than 10th place, but keep an eye on your fuel and catch the draft to minimize use. So this one I'm gonna go for the Stewart House Racing car 2016, and as you can see, I don't have all the upgrades. I just have 11 out of 13, but I pretty much got all the upgrades that I need. So this is gonna be a 3-lap race around Daytona, finishing at least 10th without running out of fuel. However, strangely, oh never mind. I thought I was gonna start in the top 6 or something, but actually I do have to make my way up the field. So let's go and do that. Also, where it is in the evening, that's not very realistic. The whole race is in the daytime. It would only go into the evening if there was a rain delay. Like, remember the thingy in 2012? The Daytona 500 2012? Yeah, that was a time. That was a time indeed. So let's jump into the game and get going. Here we go. So win this goal, you have 10 units of fuel, and these NASCARs consume the fuel rather quickly, so you have to be as conservative as you can. Luckily in this goal, the AIs aren't that hard, so you can pretty easily get up to 10th, and possibly better, but a little something happened, and you'll see. Look, there's Tony Stewart. That would actually be Brian Vickers racing. He replaced Tony Stewart in the Daytona 500 2016 because Tony Stewart broke his back. So unfortunately, he never. Yeah. Okay. Watch this. Yeah. As you see, Kevin Harvick, I got loose, and then Kevin Harvick got loose, and then. Yeah. So, if we go into the spoiler. So basically, wow, quite a few drivers got. So here, Chase Elliott caused havoc. Then wow, Kevin Harvick just went back up on the field and caused Danica Patrick to spin. And from that, the backpack of me was just nowhere in sight. And basically, I stayed in 10th for the whole rest of the race. Dan Earnhardt Jr. did eventually come back, but unfortunately, the finish line came. Unfortunately. The finish line was just in front, and I completed the race with 0.14 units left of fuel, and Dale Earnhardt Jr. finished a pretty good amount of yards behind me. So I'll see you at the end of the race. Alright, there goes that goal done. Yeah, of course, yeah, cause when I wasn't recording, I basically had mommy's iPad, so that way I could play Real Racing 3 and and get the cars. Even though I couldn't make any videos, I was planning on making any videos, but I'll explain that in a later video. So yeah. So yeah. Oh, looks like the car needs a bit of a service, so I'll just come back later, and then when the servicing is finished, I'll continue. So basically, I was going to do a video thingy while my iPad was lost and at Daddy's house. Unfortunately, Mommy's iPad did not want to download the stuff that I needed, so unfortunately, I couldn't make any videos because I was doing Real Race 3 on my Mommy's iPad and stuff. Yeah. So that explains why. I'll probably go into more detail in that in a later video. Alright, just as Richard Petty did in 1981, we're doing a fuel-only pit to keep position. So you gotta keep the car together from here on out. You can scratch it, but no bashing. Get to the top 5 without damaging your car. So I'm gonna service the car, and I'll be back. Wow, 10 laps. Don't think I'll need that, though. Okay, the car is now fully serviced, and we're ready to race. Now, this race is 10 laps, but we're gonna have to come in first place anyway, so I'm gonna hire Eric, who is the auto engineer. Alright, good move. So, we have to finish at least 5th with only minimal damage. But look, we're up in front with all the low-end guys, so it's going to be super easy to climb to first and then lead for the whole rest of the race. So I'm just going to show you the first lap and then end it there, and I'll put a third part because this part is getting a little bit too long. Two burps in this video already. Hello everybody, this is Fruity Bobbin here, and welcome back to Real Racing 3, sort of. And today we're gonna finish off the Daytona 500 2016 and Real Racing 3. We're in the no doubt zone because I was doing some other events in the NASCAR All-Star Series and the Chase Elliott's and Matt Canada's Champion Cup Series, and I completed those. Well, no, I didn't complete the series. I basically got to 25% on those two and 75% on the. I'll show you after this. So that brought me up to 80 gold, which brings me into the no doubt zone for this Daytona 500. This is it, the last stretch. You've got 5 laps and you're in 5th. Close that gap and claim the Daytona 500. Probably not gonna happen, but I'm in the no doubt zone, so if I fail this goal, I can always skip it, and if I fail the next goal, I can always skip that. 5 laps, and the goal is win the Daytona 500. I'm probably not going to be able to do it because I couldn't do it in Hendrick Motorsports, I couldn't do it in Joe Gibbs Racing, and I'm probably not going to be able to do it here, but we'll see what happens. Maybe it'll change around for me. So here's a bit of a different story. So for this one, this is basically like we're gonna be going in like the TV thingy because this is the final, the goal thingy in the Daytona 500. So yeah, so there's me in the Stewarthouse Racing Chevrolet around the other guys. So I started in 5th. Let's see if I can finish there by the ending. Because in Hendrick Motorsports, I think I came in 9th or something. I forget where I came in Hendrick Motorsports. In Joker's Racing, I came 6th. And let's see if I finish here. So yeah, the top lane just starts to come up. And then I mess up. And then the outside lane just passes me for position. And then Jimmy Johnson comes back on the track to cause even more havoc. And then there's me. The front field goes ahead of me, so there's no way I can overtake anyone who's in front. So I'm currently in, I'm not sure what place I am in now, but eventually I fell back to 13th. So here's number 107, number 231st. I don't know who those guys are. The Superfly Toyota and the Sunoco Toyota. Looks like they're gonna try and make a move to get around me for wherever that position is. Yep, there's me, the Sunoco Toyota, and the Superfly Toyota. And then the Sunoco Toyota tries to make a move on the outside to pass me. I try to block him, so this way I can keep position. But then, I come up on the Sunoco Toyota, which forces the issue. And then some more drivers in the back come up, like you see a Turbo Burst Ford and a Mazda Chevrolet. And then here comes a black Mazda Chevrolet. And a couple more Toyotas in the back. And then the Sunoco Toyotas makes a move on the outside to overtake me. Yeah, kind of like a situation coming to the end of the 2016 Daytona 500. The real one where yeah, so the Sunoco Toyota gets around me. And then the Simplified Toyota dives in. And then the outside comes. And the Turbo Burst Ford goes around. And now the Master Toyota and the Master Chevrolet and the Superfly Toyota tried to come up from behind me, but I tried to put the block on one another, and then the Master Chevrolet comes up from behind me to give me the push. So I think this part I was in, and then there goes the Master Chevrolet going on the move on the inside because I can't keep my position on the inside. And there goes the Master Chevrolet trying to make a move on the inside, but then I get the run coming off of turn number 4 to lead, or to come in this thingy coming off of going into the next lap. I don't know what lap this is. This is the second to final lap, and then the Superfly Toyota makes a move on the outside, but then he gets spun out, and then he falls to the back. Then there's the Black Master Chevrolet who comes up from behind me, and there's also a Cloud Music Ford who's also trying to come up from behind. Yeah, the 180, the 191, and the 246, I think that's what it is. The 264, that's what it is. The 191 Master Chevrolet and the 264 Cloud Music Ford. And obviously there's me in the Stewart-Haas Racing Chevrolet. Nice music. Unfortunately, we can't hear the crank it up stuff because the field is too far in the thingy because we're in the blimp view up high in the sky. So there's the Master Toyota, Master, and so it's a 3 single file trying to do something interesting. Florida Hospital. I don't know what's. Yeah. So it looks like Real Racing Theory's got some extra licenses so that way they can put it on the Daytona track. So it looks like I'm going to hold off the Master Chevrolet, but here's the part. I thought I would be able, let's see, so I have 13th, but then, well, let's see what happens. So I come back from watching the race, and I realized that I did actually finish ahead of Human, but instead Human gets credited as 13th, and I get credited as 14th, where I should have been credited as 13th, and Human got credited as 14th. So there's a game glitch right there. Yeah, another game glitch in Real Racing 3. Human should have been credited as 14th, and I should have been credited as 13th, but instead, the game gets a glitch, and it switches it around, and I somehow get finished behind Human, so I ended up in 14th for this race, even though I should have gotten 13th. So that's a bit strange. There's a game glitch that I never saw before. Yeah. So I guess you can say I got 13th from the, I don't know. You can either say I got 13th or 14th. Yeah, so obviously I didn't complete this goal, so I'm just gonna pay 40 gold to skip it. I was expecting to do this, so that's why I completed the series and got enough gold. Alrighty, so goal number 5 has technically been completed. Can you hear that crowd? As I say, you win the Daytona 500 and you're a winner all year long. Everywhere you go, you'll be known as the winner of the Daytona 500. Well, coming in 13th and getting credited as 14th, you might say, Richard Petty. Never mind. Now get out there and celebrate. Won a victory lap with your team riding out in front to claim your victory. Well, this one might be a silly one. At least I have enough to skip it, so this is that silly victory lap goal. Like, we'll go into the goal and see what happens. So it says, win this victory lap, and I'll be up against the other Stewart-Haas Racing drivers. However, I'm not gonna get the win. Yeah, let's jump in and watch the action. So here we go, going into the goal. Not much point in showing this goal, but I'm gonna show it to you anyway because of how silly it is. So there's Tony Stewart. I could have gotten the third, but Tony Stewart's gone front. But I refused to come in last, so I had to take out Tony Stewart there, or Brian Vickers technically, because he was the driver of the 14 in the Daytona 500. Because like I said, Tony Stewart got a broken back. And from here, I might as well fast forward to the end of the race. Yeah. Silly goal. I really don't see the point of this victory lap goal. What it should be is me being all by myself and doing donuts. Like remember that victory lap goal from the Road to Le Mans, from the Le Mans Pursuit of Victory event? If you haven't seen that, that should have been the same situation here. Instead of riding on with my teammates and riding on in front, I feel like their difficulty should have been lowered and I could actually have a chance to complete this goal. Or I should just do burnouts and stuff like I did at the end of Le Mans Pursuit of Victory. I think that's what they should have done for this victory thing instead of me failing. Cause yeah. Well, hey, I technically won the car. I just gotta pay 40 more gold to skip this goal, and I'll get 25 gold in return. And that'll be the end of the Daytona 500 in Real Racing 3 2016. So I wonder what we'll have up next. So, Mr. Gold, skip number 40, you're gone. Okay? I'm 40 gold. Yeah. Oh, bonus series unlocked. Kevin Harvick's Champion Cup. Yes, indeed. Alright, so there goes 40 gold, but I have finished the Daytona 500, and the car is mine. So I'm going to get 25 gold in return. I had 0 gold, but 25 because of the stuff that I got. And of course, the car, which is the Stewart-Haas Racing, the 2016 Stewart-Haas Racing Chevrolet SS, driven by Kevin Harvick, or really me, because there's really no one else to drive this particular car that's owned by me. But never mind. Stewart-Haas Racing have taken the Daytona 500, and you've gone down as the first one to set the score. Well, Danica Patrick did anyway. You've more than earned Kevin Harvick's number 4 Jimmy John's Chevrolet SS. Of course I have. As an added reward, you can now get Tony Stewart's number 14 Mobile 1 Chevrolet SS at factory cost for the next 24 hours. That's at what it would normally be. Factory cost. We'll have to check that out. But guys, that concludes... it car now. I'm not going to get it now. I'll get it later. Yep, bonus series unlocked, Kevin Harvick Champion Cup. And that is it. I have won the car. Congratulations. You have defeated the pack and have driven into history in the Daytona 500. You've earned your 2016 Stewart-Haas Racing Chevrolet S. Complete the Daytona 500 with each team to win more awesome NASCAR Sprint Cup cars. Actually, let's see about that. Yep. This special event is concluded, and I have won 3 out of the 4 NASCARs in this event. So I have won Chase Elliott's car, I have won Matt Kenseth's car, and I have won Kevin Harvick's car. But as you can see here, it's not even going to let me win Joey Logano's number 22 car. But I'm not going to count it as a fail because I didn't even get to start the event view bonus series. Yep, there we go. So, Joey Logano's Champion Cup has obviously already been unlocked. I've obviously done some stuff. Let's see. Actually, let me show you some stuff. So, I did some stuff to get me into the No Doubt Zone. So, I was planning on... Well, here's the story. So, when I did Chase Elliott's Champion Cup, I didn't have to pay any dollars, and I was able to complete all the goals. Well, and skipping some, and... Matt Kenseth's Champion Cup, I just spent $5 because unfortunately, I didn't have any No Doubt Zone. So I had to pay $5 for 46 gold, and Kevin Harvick's Champion Cup, no gold. Thankfully, I was able to, I got 25% completion on this, and 25% completion on this, and 75% completion on this, which gave me enough gold to bring me into the No Doubt Zone for the Stewart-Haas Racing one. So I only had to pay $5 for the entire event for the Daytona 500. So the next event starts in 5 days, and that's going to be the Gauntlet Season 4, where I'll be able to win Richard Petty's Throwback Ford Fusion 2016. So I'll still be able to get a 2016 Ford, and I want one because it has the new grille. And I've actually, let me go into, the Sunoco Distance Challenge. I'll get to that in a second. Here's the thing. So in the 2015, which was the Federated Autosports 400, I only got 2 of them, so I got the Hendrick Motorsports one and the Team Penske one, or Dale Earnhardt Jr., whatever you want to say. I didn't get the Stewart-Haas Racing one or the Joe Gibbs Racing one from the 2015 one, but I did for the 2016 one, which is good. However, I couldn't get a Team Penske one for the 2016, but I've already got one from 2015, so I'm not completely fried. Plus, I'll still be able to win this one in the Gauntlet Season number 4. So what we have for Kevin Harvick's Champion Cup. After 2015's close second, helped Kevin Harvick win the Sprint Cup and earn Kevin Harvick's alternative livery, which I think is the Outback livery and stuff. Yeah. Anyways, guys, that's it for the Daytona 500. I've gone way too long now. The video is probably going to be way too excessively long. Hope you have enjoyed this one. If you did, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you in Formula Legend, which is the video that's gonna be, Formula Legend up next. See you then.